So now I want to ask the new vice chair of the Maine Democratic Party to join us up here, Imke Schessler-Jandreau. Got it? Has been newly elected as the vice chair, joining Charlie as the new head. Charlie was out of town tonight. They were both going to come, but we get the better half here on things. But Imke's going to talk to us a little bit about what the Maine Dems are doing and is open to taking questions. So Imke, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much, and thank you for having me. Charlie wanted to be here, but you know what? The man needs a break, so he's visiting family out of state, which I commend him for, and he's actually shut off his phone and is kind of not answering all of the text messages that we shoot back and forth as a team of three between him, myself, and our new executive director, Devin. And so what I want to do here tonight is I want to talk a little bit to you about what we're doing, give you some updates, and then open up the floor for questions, because I hate to come into anything like this and make it the Imke show. It's not about me. It's about what you want to know, ideas that you might want to share, or just some things that you would like to throw in my direction, right? So for the last few months, if you've heard me speak anywhere else or have been on a meeting with me, you may have heard me say a lot, we're working on it, right? We've been elected now for three months come this Sunday, right? And those first 3 months have been, one, a learning experience to find out what we need to do, the gaps we need to fill, and kind of the trajectory that we want to move in, which included hiring some new staff. So I've already mentioned Devin Murphy-Anderson, who is our new executive director, and she is a Spitfire with wonderful knowledge and experience. And Kelly, I see you see the reaction, right? She has been able to take the stuff kind of floating in my head and in Charlie's head and has put them into actionable items. So you're gonna start to see a lot more coming out of the office, including events, some new website updates, which I'm gonna talk about momentarily. But we are finally getting to a point where we can move into action. Charlie and I have been busy. I'm winning the race right now for the most meetings attended. But I have been up to Aroostook County. I have been in Waldo. I have been in Penobscot, my home county. It would be bad if I hadn't been there. I've been to Knox. I'm going to Kennebec. I'll be in Piscataquis County next weekend. So I am literally just driving all over the state to meet as many Democrats as possible, to find out what's working for you, what's not, what your committees need, what resources we can provide, and how we can hit the ground running, not in 2026, but before the fall election season gets rolling and those summertime elections that happen as well. So we're really trying to break down the barriers of communication between our members and us, right? So if you have a question, you can shoot me an email at any point. I don't have business cards yet. They're on the way. Next time I'll have a stack. But my email address is up on the website, and I do try to get to them as quickly as possible, but no question is off the table, right? So if you want to talk to me, if you want to ask me something, if you know somebody who wants a personal phone call, that's what we're working on right now, as we then look at our strategic planning and how we move our message forward. We've heard a lot over the last couple of years, right, that we had some off messaging. What are the Democrats doing? Where do they stand? What happens to the platform? So we are working on a new communication strategy. To that point, we have extended an offer and are bringing on a new young communication director who will be doing more digital communication work. So those punchy videos, working with TikTok, working with Reels, working with Instagram, and making sure we're covering all the bases, as well as kind of our standard communication work. I've been teaching communication stuff for the last 20 years, just about. And so press releases and all those things are important. There's still a place, but we need to punch things up a little bit. So Ansel is his name, and he is starting, I believe, May 5th, if not sooner. He's going to be at the event tomorrow night, for those of you who are attending. The chair is welcome, to create a database of communication materials, right? Things that we realize we're missing, like a solid pool of photographs. You may get a call for photographs soon, by the way, images that we can use up on the website, things like that. And he's going to start taking some footage of the things that we're doing to show that we're out there and doing the work, so that people know that there's a community to join in, right? So those are some things that are happening there. I'm not sure if the website link got shared, but if you've heard me speak before or been any of the committees, one of the things that we're trying to do in an effort to show that we're active and ready and engaged is to have a space on the website where you can find out what's happening. So it's a work in progress, right? Anything's in a kind of beta state at the beginning, but we have a new events page up on the website with 2 interactive maps. One is going to show what we're calling the resistance work that's happening. So the rallies, these kind of calling out Collins types event. I'll talk about our calling out Collins event in just a moment. So things that are happening in that realm, but also your committee meetings, right? So whether they're municipal or county meetings, you can go to the map, go to the region you're looking for, click the bubble, and it will show you what's happening in that town. Does mean that we're going to put out a call to say we need your events, right? So any event that you are hosting, sponsoring, or partnering with that you want to see up on that map, you'll send it to us. There's going to be a form online for you to submit them to as well. So whatever this group and the event that was just talked about for Monday night, right, in the future, we'd like to be able to put that up on the website so that we can blast it out and really help you to market the events that you are creating, right? We're not here to top down tell you what to do. We want to amplify what you are already doing. And to the best of our ability, we're going to use our new communication tools to make that happen. So that's on the communication front. To that point, I mentioned about the Calling Out Collins event, which is happening in Bangor, with the slight hope that maybe if you host an event where Susan Collins' house is, that she might show up when she's not working. Maybe, you know, it's a far fetch, but that's why we're having it up in Bangor at the Cross Center. So it's Saturday, May 31st at 1 p.m. And the idea behind this event is not a traditional, how long, empty chair, like the empty chair town hall. Can I call that a tradition yet? There's been so many of them. But that's, you know, kind of event. What we're doing, here we go. So that's what's happening here. What we're going to do is we're going to use this as an opportunity to hear from Mainers who are affected directly by the policies that are coming through Washington. And we're going to invite some of our local leadership to talk to them about what we can do, like what are the options. And then the idea is that in the kind of the back of the space, we're going to provide opportunities for you to record testimonials of things that you've heard, to sign off on postcards if you want to write to your representatives right on the spot, and to do other things that can get you engaged. Naturally, we'll be recruiting volunteers, so expect lots of clipboards, right, for things that we can do. So that's one of the events that's coming right up. We're excited. Devin is working on it feverishly, and we're going to hopefully get more details out to you all and everybody else as soon as possible. I think the other big thing I want to talk to you about, because again, I don't want to talk at you too long. I am a teacher. I already taught for an hour and a half this morning. My voice will run out. Is that we have been pretty successful with our fundraising efforts so far this year. And we are able to move forward with one of our newer hires. And we are currently interviewing for a down ballot organizer that will be located up in Bangor. And the idea is that we're going to have a northern office, a northern branch of our party to start, that's within a 100-mile radius of some, you know, challenging areas, we shall say. Right? There's some winnable races up there with the right resources. But that person is going to be tasked with helping municipalities and other groups to look at candidates for school committee, for city council. We got to get on point with trying to combat what's happening on the Republican side. They've been really, really great at infiltrating our like local boards and committees. So we need to be just as assertive when we're doing that. So this individual, I think we're moving on to second round interviews next week already, with a hope to have this person start right on Cinco de Mayo. Really great time to be getting going. But this person is going to start now, right? So no more waiting until the fall, no waiting until 2026. They're going to get the groundwork started now so that we can branch out and reach people. We know that we haven't been good with that, right? When Charlie and I ran for our positions, one of the things we said is that we need to be better about reaching the rural areas. And this is part of the strategy. And under Devin's guidance, I think that this is going to be an exemplary program. We hope to hire a few more people for that office and further north. And then after that, we are also looking at hiring a labor organizer because we know that it's important that we reach the labor community, that we reach out to our brothers and sisters there so that they are not just being talked at, but heard and listened to, and then understanding how we can best represent them at the state level and in Washington, right? So those are some things that we're working on now. And I think that we're gonna start featuring more of our new hires online. So keep out an eye on social media on our website so that you can understand what's happening there. But that will make more avenues into how can we help you? And We will start staffing up later this year. You may have seen some of the DNC updates. They're already starting from the national level to get ready to pour some money into all of our states so that we can make some more strategic hires. So this is going to spread pretty far and wide and quickly. And we just want to make sure that we're harnessing all of that energy now because people are motivated, right? And we don't want to let that flame out. We want to get you kind of out and about and doing meaningful work as soon as possible. All right. We good? I sucked up a lot of your time.
We're good. Thank you so much. All right. We are super, super lucky to have such great and dynamic new leadership. So that's terrific. Thank you, Imke. Thanks for coming, and I'm sure we'll see lots of the party leadership here in future days.